Welcome to our new class of Social to Get Viral. In this class, I'm going to be showing you a very practical lesson and about how you can create an eye-catching graphic using colors effectively and choosing fonts and typography at the same time. So I'm going to show you each and every one of these steps one by one as I'm going to be creating a post in Canva in this class. So I would suggest you not to skip any part because if you do, you might miss out on something very important. So without any further ado, let's just hop into the class by opening up Canva on our device. You can also open up any web browser on your device so that you can see a couple of examples which will help you to understand about how eye-catching graphics are created by using all of these steps like colors, fonts, and typography all together. As you can see on my screen that I have already opened up Canva. Now I'm going to also open up Google Chrome on my device so that I can show you a couple of examples. So I'm going to click on that, wait for a bit until I have to select my account. There we go. And now if I search in for, let's say, posts or click on enter, I'm going to just click on graphical eye catching. If I just click on that, if I just go off to images, you'll basically see all of these posts are somehow really good looking. You can see this one, which is also a very good example. It has graphics, the text, the typography, and whole together is making it look really good. So if I just keep going down, there are also like couple of other posts, but I'm going to be creating something like this, combining all three together, and then we can just make something which is going to be very eye-catching. So if I just close off this internet or close off the browser, I'm going to open up post. You can also go off on, let's say, social media and create up your own preset and work along with it. But I'm going to be creating Instagram story post, which is going to be square. So if I want to use that, I can use this one, but you can also go off the custom size. You can search in over here and make up a template, which is going to be 1080 into 1080. You can see 1080 into 1080 is square. So if I just click on this and the preset will open up on my screen. Now I'm going to start off with the background. And I'm also going to be needing, let's say, a photo. So I'm going to go off to my web browser again, and I'm going to get a couple of resources, which I'm going to be needing in this class. And you will also be able to use them because I'll be attaching them to my resource folder with this whole course. So first off, you can go off to pixels.com. You can see we most of the time use pixels.com because it is going to be royalty free time and anywhere you want to. You can use them in your project. You can use them for your work every time because those are royalty free. So you don't have to worry about any copyright issues. Okay, so I'm going to just reload this again. You can see on my screen that I have opened up Pixels. Now from here, I'm going to search in for shoes. Okay, so I'm going to hit on shoes. And there we go. We have a couple of shoes which we'll be able to work with. But I'm going to try something like this, which is going to be just a shoe. So if I use something like this, it's going to be a lot more better. So let's say I'm going to do is going to be just take this. Okay, I'm going to just click on download. I'm going to wait for a bit until it has been downloaded on my device. I'm going to download this one too, whichever one you prefer. And I'm going to show you all the steps so you don't have to worry about it. So let's say I'm going to do is going to be taking an extra one. I can use this one, but I'm going to try this one because there's like a whole pair of it. So as both of them or all of them has been downloaded, now I'm going to do is going to be first off adding another page. So there we go. We have two pages. Now, first things first, I'm going to go off to uploads and click on upload file. I'm going to take all of these files. I'm going to go off to downloads. There we go. We have three of them. I'm going to open them up. So those will be uploaded onto my workspace. And then what I'm going to do is going to be removing the background of each and every one of them because I don't want to work with the whole thing. I want also an extra stuff or, you know, whatever background I want to be used. So if I just click on this, there we go. I have put it over here, increase up the size. And what I'm going to do is just going to click on edit image and I'm going to wait for a bit until the BG remover has shown up. And from here, I'm just going to do is just click on BG remover and then I'm going to wait for a bit. Just make sure that you are connected to the internet Okay, because if you are not, it's going to like it's not going to work. Okay, so I'm just gonna do is going to be cut this part off, which I don't want. There we go. The background has been removed. I'm gonna apply more pages so that I can take all of these over here. I'm basically gonna work with this, so I'm just gonna do is just take this one, which is going to be important. It just looks a lot more better. So if I just click on edit image, BG remover, and you don't even have to worry if still there are like a couple of parts which you don't want. You can obviously use the magic eraser to remove whichever parts you want. There we go. It has been removed. I'm just going to do is going to be reducing the size of this because we don't want the extra parts. There we go. So it has been placed. Now you can extend it up anytime you want to. There we go. Do the same thing with this one. Click on edit image, BG remover. Wait for a bit until the process has been done. Just make sure you have a stable internet connection, okay? From here, I'm also going to removing certain parts. So basically now you know how you'll be able to remove out the background. Now, if you still see that there are a couple of parts which are not removed yet, click on this magic eraser and you can remove out certain parts. Let's say if I want to remove this, click on erase, and that part will be also removed just by using AI. It's going to take a bit of more time because it has already used AI to remove out a certain part. And I can see it has been removed, but we don't want that. I'm just going to do is going to be press on Control Z to undo the process. I'm going to click on that and you'll be able to also remove out certain parts and remove it up. What I'm just going to do is going to be pressing on Control Z because I don't want it to be removed. There we go. And now I'm just going to do is going to be increasing the size. So I'm just going to do is I'm just showing you how you'll be able to remove them, but I'm going to do is going to be removing these parts because I don't need that. I can use either this one or this one. So first things first is that we have to start off with a background. Now I have to select which one I want to work with. So I'm going to do is going to be working with this. So I'm going to delete that part and I'm going to do is going to be making a background, which is going to go along with this. So first things first, I'm going to go off the elements. I'm going to search in for shoe background. Hit on enter. And now if I go off the photos, there's going to be a couple of these shoes which I'll be able to work with. But obviously there I already got mine. Okay, so you can either use these ones too if you don't want to use the resources from online. Obviously you can work with that. Okay, so I'm going to do is going to be using, let's say, gray background. I'm going to go off the photos. And I'm going to do is going to be using this. There we go. Perfect. We're just going to take this at the top, reduce up the size just a bit. There we go. I'm going to keep it center aligned. Now what I'm going to do is going to be searching for stuff which I need to customize. So I'm going to do is going to be searching for Nike and go off to graphics. Let's say if I can find the Nike logo, I'll be able to work with it. So I'm going to go off the photos, logo. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact one, but you can try using them, whichever one you prefer. So from here, what I'm going to do is going to be selecting up certain parts. So first off, we have our shoe, we have our background. Now what I'm going to do is going to be starting off the customization. So here I'm going to put in the word or put in the text sneaker. So I'm going to search for it or I'm going to like start off with it. So I'm going to go off over here on text. I'm going to add a text box. So here I'm going to do is going to be typing in retro Jordan 1. Okay. So here I'm going to do is going to be increasing the size. And obviously I'm going to change the font. So I'm going to go off to the fonts now. I'm going to go off the textile. Let's just go off the fonts. And from here, what I'm going to do is going to be searching for something maybe like this cool. or maybe like bold, whichever one you prefer, but I'm gonna go off the right side and let's just find something which is going to be looking very good. So if I can't find it over here, I'm just gonna go off with something futuristic or graffiti. You see there are a couple of these which I can use. I'm gonna do is going to be selecting maybe like graffiti. Okay, I'm just gonna search in for graffiti or calligraphy, geometry, funky. There we go. We have graffiti over here. And from here, I'm gonna select on this retro Jordan 1. There we go. This is the exact one which I'm gonna be using. There we go. We have the text over here, but now I'm going to customize it. So first things first is that I'm going to make two of these. Control D. Okay. So first thing what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go off the effects. And from here, what I'm going to do is going to be taking this at the back. So what I can do is that click on this one first. And then I'm going to do is going to be going off the position, go off the layers. I'm going to take this underneath. So there we go. We have retro Jordan 1 over here. Now, what I'm going to do is going to be selecting on this. I'm going to keep it bold. You can try keeping it bold. And from here, I'm going to do is going to be selecting on this maybe. Let's just select that. It's also looking a lot more better. I'm going to click on that. There we go. Fix up the size. Okay. So perfect over here. I'm going to take this to the right side. Perfect on both now. Okay, this is 110 and this is, there we go. First things first is that I'm going to take the back parts, just go off the position. This one is at the bottom, so I'm going to do is just take this, keep this at the center, and keep this at the top. Okay? So what I'm going to do is that go off the effects, and I'm going to lift it up. Or instead of that, what I'm going to do is going to be just clicking on the color. So if I can color it up, it's going to be a lot more better. So if I just keep it something like this, I'm going to apply the thickness to it. And from here, what I'm going to do is going to be clicking on effects. I can lift it up just a bit so that it just looks better. Jordan 1, retro Jordan 1. You can click on this, change the color anytime you want. Say maybe I want this. We can keep it like this, however you prefer. You can also change the color to this specific color if I want to. So I'm going to do is going to be clicking on this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go off the effects, click on that, and I'm going to select up this one. And I'm going to go off over here. Obviously, I'm going to click on black. There we go. Retro Jordan 1. Perfect. Looking really good. And now what I'm going to do is going to be customizing other text. So retro Jordan 1. And here I'm going to apply more text boxes. So here I'm going to put in, let's say, new. I'm going to do is going to be selecting all of these, reducing the size just a bit. Control D. So you can just customize your, whatever you are making. You can just make it look a lot more better. If I right click on this, I can also turn it into a background and it will not move, obviously. So here we have two of these, and here obviously I'm gonna make it a lot more smaller. 80. I'm gonna keep it like 85 or something. 85. I'm gonna group it up. There we go. Here I'm gonna do is going to be making both of them look a bit different. So here I can put in something like white and go off the effects. Let's just put a bit of lift to it. We can also apply a bit of outline. I'm just gonna click on white. I can apply a bit more thickness to it like this. And on the next one, what I can do is just keep it blank. So I'm gonna go off the effects, outline, splice, or maybe whichever hollow. Looks good. Okay, lift. On here, I'm gonna change the color. So here I'm gonna put in this one, new arrival. Now I can also put in more over here. It's totally fine. Keep it just a bit low over here. There we go. You also have to learn a bit of hierarchy when you are, just designing something. So here I'm going to go off the elements. And from here, I'm going to search in for, let's say, bookmarks. And if I search in for bookmarks, there's going to be a couple of these bookmark type of details that's going to appear up. So from here, I'm going to select up something which will actually go along with this whole thing. So I can try using this. It also looks quite good. So let's just take this over here. I'm going to keep this at this corner. I'm going to change up the color to this. There we go. There we go. And this color should be white. There we go. Looks a lot more better. Now, what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to apply a text. So here, I'm also going to go off the text, add text box. And from here, I'm going to put in like flat 30% off. This text is going to go over here. Okay, so I'm going to just reduce up the size. And obviously, I'm not going to have the same text over here or the same font over here. So I'm going to change it back. Let's say maybe something like this. Or maybe like this. You can just try off whichever one looks good for you. It's not that bad. There we go. Now we have the text. Now we cannot bold it, but obviously we can fix in the spacing. There we go. Fixed in the spacing, flat 30% off. Looking really good. So here I'm also going to change up the color. Let's say maybe whites. There we go. Looking way better. Now what I'm going to do is going to be applying more text, okay? More text elements. So I could put in, let's say, maybe like contacting number, and then we can put in like something to attract the people or something people can interact with. And it could also be something like your website. So everything which you when you're making these type of visual contents, everything which is convenient should be in one post so that it just helps you a lot, and also the audience can also feel like convenient about it, that they can interact directly off through the post. So from here, what I'm going to do is going to be putting up one of the logo. So here I'm just going to take this just a bit at the bottom. Now here, just gonna go off the elements. I'm gonna search in for a logo. It could be anything. I'm just gonna use one just in case. So it could just put in something like this. So this is the logo. Let's say this is the logo over here. There we go. We have the logo, we have the text, we have also extra stuff. And then we're gonna do is going to be putting in, let's say, order now. There are going to be a couple of these buttons which will already find. Now from here, I'm gonna do is going to be selecting on the one which will actually look good. Maybe something like this or like this. Okay, so there we go. We have it. I'm just gonna click on it. I'm gonna keep it at the bottom. You can also make one on your own if you want to, but I'm just gonna use this just in case. It will save up a lot of time. Now I'm gonna apply two more text boxes. I'm just gonna copy this, two on two sides. I'm just gonna put in like call. There we go. Reduce the size. Change the color to black. And here I'm going to put in www.star.com. Just in case, okay? I just put them just in case so that it just looks or doesn't look empty. This is 37.2. I'm going to do the same thing. Both should be the same so that it just looks a lot better. Two of them over here. So we're almost done with our whole post. So from here, I'm going to do is going to be applying a couple of extra stuffs just from here. So you don't have to worry about it. Ungroup. There we go. Take them at the top. Go off the position. And I'm going to do is going to be selecting on both of them. Increase it. There we go. And I'm also going to be fixing up these ones. There we go. So we have our whole post done, which also looks really good. Now you can also keep them in the center and middle. There we go. So our whole post is done. You can see how we synced up our text, our images, and also the whole typography thing, which is all going along all together. One thing what we're gonna do over here is that we can also change up the text of this one. We can also remove it up anytime, but it's just there so that it just helps you to cooperate, or people or the user can like just put in their interactions with it. Okay. So hope you understood everything about this class on how basically you'll be able to use eye-catching graphics, okay, by using typography, text, and images at the same time to boost up your social media and also to get viral fast. It's not even about just going viral, okay? It's also about getting the reach. The better your quality of your content is, the better people will know you, the better people will understand that it's quality over quantity. Okay? So, thank you for watching this video up till the very end, and hope you understood about everything in this class about creating an eye-catching graphic. If you still have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So, without any further ado, let's hop on to our next class of social media boost to get viral.